Hey, welcome back. This is a follow-up video on methods. There's two more topics about methods that are really worth talking about, and that is method overloading and method composition. Um, you kind of need to know about both of these to get a full picture of methods and what you can do with them. They're pretty straightforward, but they're definitely important. First thing that I want to talk about is overloading, and this will lead into composition naturally. Method overloading is basically when you have two methods that have the same name and the same return type, but a different set of parameters. And it could be that they have more parameters, less parameters, different parameter types altogether, but they're just different parameters. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of what it looks like to do this. If we go back to here, right now, let me fix that real quick. Right now, what we have is we have this view model class that we created in the previous video, and it's got a method on here which is generate output statement that takes a height, the base, and the area. Okay. This is okay, but it would be nice if we could just pass, let's say, the area, or maybe not even the area. Let's just say that I want to create the view model with the input and just generate the output statement. We'll do that, okay? So what I want to do is I want to make a different version of generate output statement. And the way this will work is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to get rid of the parameters on this one. Okay, so now I have different parameters, and you notice that the errors went away when I did that. Okay, these are complaining because it still needs those values in order for this to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the other method. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a combination of overloading and composition. So I can kind of show you both at the same time. So I'm going to call generate output statement. And this is going to take the height, the base, and the area. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all that. Okay, so those are still errors. I still need all those. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call, let's see here, get height. Actually, I'll call it height. Get height. Okay, and then I'll say base equals get base. And I will say area equals get area. And I'm going to pass in the height and the base here. Okay. So now what I have, let's go back here, and I'm going to get rid of those. Okay. And which means I don't need that anymore. And I don't need these anymore. Okay. So now our main method only has to know about generating the view model and generating the output statement. And our view model is responsible. It still has all those responsibilities, but now it's got a method that we can call that doesn't have any parameters. So I've overloaded that method, and it actually invokes the other methods that we have here. So invoking these other methods, this is an example of composition. So when one method calls into another method, that's called method composition. So you'll notice that method overloading and method composition worked out rather well for us in this case. We were able to do both. And I can actually clean this up a little bit more. And so what I'm going to do is I have a refactor opportunity here. And I can go down here and I can choose inline. And inline all of the references. Yep, I'll do that. Okay, well, actually, no, that's not a great idea because I still need to use it in two places, so I can't inline that. So, shucks, that was a good idea, but that isn't going to work. So I believe I can inline this one, though, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So that's a little better. Again, this is just method composition. You'll notice that in what I call generate output statement, we're going down to the 3 arity method here. And the third parameter that I'm passing is get area. And that's a method call that's going to return back a double value that I pass in as an argument to the other version of generate output statement. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, method overloading and method composition, they're both pretty necessary when you work with methods. That's all I got. Thanks.